Welcome to Crave the Rave, a naughty podcast for old school ravers who need a fix of the rave. I'm Lady Bizarre.
And I'm Jess the Mess.
On each episode, we'll be reminiscing over hilarious, embarrassing, and downright mental stories from our raver days. Think trippy tales, fezzy fails, and stories from the sesh. We've seen, heard, and done it all, and we bet you have too. So join us for a trip down memory lane.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Crave the Rave. You right, Lara?
Another episode.
Another episode of Crave the Rave. Grammar girl.
Do you think I'm mean to you? Because sometimes I listen back to our podcast and then I'm like just rinsing you and then I'm like, this girl does have a disability. Like,
mate, I've been best mates with you for so long. Do you think if that bothered me? No, I don't think you're mean to me. And I don't have a fucking disability, all right? It's my special power. No. I just have a speech impediment or something. I don't know. My mum and dad are the same. They all say every word wrong. It's so annoying.
I have ADHD, which causes me all sorts of issues. So,
you really do, you know. You actually do. Like, knowing you and how your brain works, you really do.
I know. I didn't get a fucking free laptop, though.
Either did I. I got a fucking PC. I was the only person in the world that got a PC desktop down to my computer. I got everything else with it, including 50 blank DVDs, but I didn't get a fucking laptop. And I really tried. And they were like, no, sorry, you're getting a desktop. And I was the only fucking dyslexic person with a desktop.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was pretty sick because they came round and set it all up properly in my uni room.
Wow.
And everything. But no, it was a lot of money really on equipment, which was probably a bit of a waste of time. But no, I was the only person that got a bloody desktop.
And then didn't you buy like the world's shittest laptop after that didn't work at all?
Yeah, mate.
The little mini one.
Yeah.
Purple one.
Yeah, I think loads of people have fallen for this. The fucking Curry's advert, £2.50 laptop. Not £2.50.
Whoa. That'd be sold out.
No. £250 laptop. And then it's a piece of fucking shit. You couldn't even put tunes on it. You don't have Word, nothing. It was like a toy laptop. That was such a waste of money. I'm sorry. It was honestly so pointless. But actually, funny that you should mention that because after what we've just been through, tech-wise, honestly, we've just wasted over an hour trying to get onto this. And I still don't know what the issue is. And I still don't know if this is even going to record properly.
Oh my God.
Anyway, this is the second laptop we're trying it on.
Yeah. We tried, like, I had issues, and you had issues, and we have, like, expensive, good equipment now, but, like, something in the fucking atmosphere was, like, fucking with our lives. It was crazy. And then, as if, like, we decided it wasn't going to work, we were going to record tomorrow. So we were like, fuck it, let's just have a chat. We chatted for, like, an hour. And then suddenly we were like, hang on, I can hear you fine and you can hear me fine. Why aren't we recording? Like, we're like, oh shit, it like just rectified itself. That is so funny. So now we're actually recording.
Yeah, but we don't know yet. We don't know yet. So let's fingers crossed you guys can hear this episode because we don't know.
Fingers crossed, fucking fingers crossed.
But how are you, mate? I mean, I know I just asked you for an hour. We're just chatting for an hour about how you are. But actually, I'll tell you what we didn't cover off, the fact that you've been out.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, you didn't ask.
How was it? How was going out?
Out. I actually went out. Yeah, it was actually really good. I think I mentioned at the end of the last episode, that I was going to get to see Sub-Zero, and he was playing with Aries, who's a jungle legend, and they both played in Mexico here for the first time. I know it was Sub-Zero's first time, definitely, and it was fucking sick. It was sick. It was on a Sunday night, so I couldn't go too crazy. I've got a job now and all that. But yeah, it was good. It was like in like this. Actually, I shared a video on our Instagram at Crave the Rave Podcast. So I shared a video and a little picture, and I like the spot. It's called Counterculture, and it's got graph all over the walls. It's kind of sweaty and a bit of a dive bar, but it's like nice. It gives me them kind of like Manchester warehouse or like even like East London warehouse kind of vibes. Nice. So it was good, yeah. Kind of very dark, dingy, perfect for a drum rave.
Oh, sounds good. And did you stay out afterwards? What time did you go to bed?
Well, actually, I took myself out of there at like 2:30 because I had a work call at 12:30, so I needed to make sure I got my sleep. Yeah, but at least I didn't have like crack of dawn wake up, but needed like, still got up and did my yoga. Actually, did I? That might actually be totally fake news. I definitely got up out of bed and got myself my shit together and actually did a full day of work. So no afters for me, sadly.
You have good self-control. That was the problem. That's why I had to stop raving altogether, really, because I just can't not carry on afterwards. Like, it just doesn't feel right. For me, a lot of the time I went out, obviously I fucking loved the rave, but I also absolutely loved and lived for the afters.
The afters.
Afters. It doesn't feel right calling it afters, does it? What do we always call it?
Smash cotch.
The sesh. Years ago they didn't have a name. Now the media call it the afters, or
the media,
don't they? Or I made that up. Did the media call it the afters?
Do the media call it something?
I feel like when you see it on social media, it's now got a name, the afters. I'm pretty sure, or the sesh. Back in the day, there wasn't a name for it. We'd call it the after party, I guess, but. Really, it went on beyond the after party.
Yeah, totally. It was the after the after. Well, here, so obviously I had my event business in Guatemala, and when I was running events there, I would do the whole night pretty much sober, like, mostly, and because I had to run around and deal with the girl that's taken her first pinger for the first time. She's taken 2, and she's like, got all sorts of issues going on, and I'm like, people are running to me, and then there's like, the barman's stolen all the tokens, and like, just like all the shit's happening. The shuttles aren't working. I've got like some angry like cartel guy that's like threatening people. Like, it was a nuts period of my life, but it was also really, really fun. But I lived for the afters because I wasn't part of the event. Like, I would go around the event and I'd be like, is it good? Yeah. Like, is this good? And they'd be like, oh my God, it's amazing. I'm like, okay, perfect. Because I can't experience it as like a punter. I'm like just running around from place to place. Yeah. But I would live for the after. So that would be like when I came into my own and I actually could have relaxed. And everyone in Guatemala, even though like they speak Spanish, and here in Mexico too, it's always el after. I can't get the accent right. It's embarrassing. El after.
It sounds like laughter.
Yeah, that's true.
El after. It's always funny. It goes back to the el afters.
Yeah, so el is the, and then like after. But it's like the whole sentence is in Spanish, and then they take an English word. Yeah. So anyway, it is the afters is a global phenomenon. No, it's a global word for sure.
Right.
Yeah. But we used to call it the smash cotch.
Yeah, Jazzy called it the smash cotch, which was fitting, really, because it was a cotch and we were smashed.
Yeah, I love that. Do you think people outside of London know what a cotch is?
A cotch?
Well, yeah. That's very London slang.
No, it's not.
That's not a thing. That's not a word. Yes, it is.
Is it?
That's not a word. Ask your mum. Go ask your mum what a cotch is.
Well, go on then. How do you describe... All right, well, how do you describe a cotch then? What is a cotch?
Well, we would use that word. It sounds so weird, doesn't it? It's like a dirty word.
I'm cotching. Yeah,
so we'd use it in 2 different ways. We'd be like, I'm cotching, like I'm chilling. Yeah. Or you'd be like, actually 3 different ways. Be like, I nearly said my mum is a cotch. My room is a cotch.
Oh yeah.
My room is such a cotch. Oh, we should chill at Jessie's place. It's a cotch. Like, it's a vibe. Yeah. It's a chill.
Yeah.
And then also, you'd say, I'm going to get my cotch on, would mean I'm getting out of this shit, these clothes I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And, like, this, like, dress or whatever you've been wearing all night. And I'm going to get in my cotch. Well, get this fucking wig off.
Wig off.
And de-wig, fucking partify, and just put on your cotch. Would be like your tracksuit, your chill, your pajamas, whatever. So that's a cotch. And then, so Jazzy, my good friend, our good friend, would suddenly just created this idea, like the smash cotch. It's like, we're cotching.
Spot on, mate.
And we're smashed.
Yeah, it's spot on.
Yeah. You know what we used to say?
What?
Carrying on. That's what we would say a lot. Are you carrying on?
Yeah.
Like, if you wanted...
Are you carrying on?
Yeah, so it'd be like end of the night, everyone's like looking around like, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? Who's coming? Who's up for it? It'd be like, are you carrying on, mate?
Yeah.
And that's all you needed to say.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
The carry-on. Actually, that became a noun too. The carry-on.
Did it?
Did
No,
it?
Didn't. You'll just get mixed up with the airport, mate.
I don't know. No, maybe I know, I'm thinking like, actually, how many carry-ons are you taking?
Yeah, that's not a fucking thing. I was always amazed when people would be like, nah, I'm going to go home. I mean, not many of our mates did, but people that we've known go, no, I'll call it a day here. And I'd be like, are you joking? This is insane. This is the fun part. Like,
it was shocking.
Like, I was always amazed when people were like, right, time to go home now. Call it a day. Or people come back for like an hour and go, all right, I'm going to leave now. What the fuck? We've got 2 days left.
We're just getting started.
Yeah. But you know what's really... Our house was perfect for when everyone came back. It was always amazing. It was always like a smash cotch and a half, mate. But the best thing ever was the fact that you had a double bed in your room, and then at the end of the double bed was a sofa bed. So when it finally got to the time when we had to sleep, or even before then, really, but we were dragging our bodies around to find...
The final chapter.
The final chapter, let's say. We would open the sofa bed and have it at the end of it reach the end of your bed, and it was just one big bed. And we thought for a long time, what do we call this amazing thing? Because it could fit 3 people on each side, so that was 6. And then it could also fit
plus
maybe like
a few extras
in the middle, like that could lie horizontally. Because our feet never really touched. So maybe like 2 in the middle, maybe comfortably, and I'm sure we had more than that. But it was absolutely amazing. And I remember you and me, typical with our bloody way that we are with our lingo and our wordplay, for a long time we were trying to come up with the correct name for it, and we settled on drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. The mega bed.
The mega bed, yeah. I think you hyped that up too much, but yeah. It was
like, no, I didn't. The mega bed was fucking amazing.
The mega bed needs hyping. I know. Listen to me. I know the mega bed is... We'll hype the mega bed all day, but I think the name you made out like we'd come up with some genius name, but like the mega bed is like pretty much like what it was. Like da da da, you had like drum roll, fucking whole like thing. Anyway, the mega bed, yes, it was fucking mega. It was amazing. That was a vibe. And I had the projector.
And the projector on the wall. It couldn't have been any better. We watched all the grime MCs from BBC Sounds and just sit there and watch video after video after video. It was captivating. It was amazing. Oh.
What a way to wind down with grime. All lie in our bed, the mega bed, watching videos from grime. I'd completely forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the projector, like, on the wall, it was so good.
It was so good.
And what about the pole as well?
Oh, yeah, you had a pole, which we never used.
I had a pole in my room. I used to do pole dancing classes, and then like decided I wanted to get my own, but then actually like never really used it. So it ended up being like the conversation pole and like a stress reliever. So everyone would come in and they'd come to me with their problems.
Swing around the pole.
Like walk around the pole, and then like they'd swing on the pole to like they'd swing one way and they'd be like, but what do you think? And then they'd start turning the other way and like just decompress and like share their problems. It was like a therapy station.
It's so true.
And I'd just be on my bed like getting dizzy watching people like unwind around the pole. And, like it was honestly, that was like such a thing. It was so funny.
So many people would come in and just hold on to the pole and be like, so guys, lean back on the pole. What do you think about the fact that...
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So we're thinking about calling it in, and then they start walking around again, lean back. What do you think? like pitching stuff to us from the pole. So true. I'm remembering when we were playing the alphabet game, the phonetic alphabet game that we were talking about in one of our earlier episodes. Highly recommend that episode. I think it was was it the funny words one?
Yeah, I think so.
That episode. Games. Anyway, you'll find it if you listen to one of our older episodes, but which was so good. And I just remember our mate that was struggling and saying tampon. he was swinging around the pole while playing that game.
Thinking.
Stressing out, yeah.
But you know what? I just took it for granted that, like, our after parties were so much fun, and, like, just thought that everybody in the world was having the same level of an after party as us. But it's not true. We went to an after party, once we'd moved out of the house in Brixton, actually. We went to an after party, and I remember it was just so fucking dry, and I just needed to bring up the energy, and I made everyone play musical chairs, right? And it went down so well, I can't tell you. Everybody went from being, like, bored and a bit dry and just chatting, chewing each other's ears off, trying to talk at the same time, to, like, the energy in the room went fucking crazy. It was so much fun playing musical chairs. People were, like, pushing people out the way to get to the chair. There was no prize, nothing to win. It was just something to liven up the party. And afterwards, they all coming up to me saying, "Oh, thank you so much. That was brilliant. Like, that is absolutely amazing." And I was like, fucking hell, if you need people to play musical chairs at your fucking after party, don't have an after party, really. Also, do you remember when we once went back to your ex-boyfriend's house and he had fallen asleep? He'd only just moved in with his housemates and he fell asleep behind the sofa, and then we were all cracking on in the living room, and the people that lived there came down in the morning to see a group of people that they don't know sitting in their living room all cracking on, getting on it, and they couldn't see your ex who was asleep behind the sofa, and they were like, "Hello? Hi guys. Sorry, who do you know?" And we were like, "Hello mate, hello, you're right, thanks for having us." No worries, but who do you actually know here? And then you were like, "Oh, it's me. And I'm Lara." He's like, oh, right, oh, okay, cool. "Is he about?" "Yeah, he's just asleep behind the sofa." "Oh, okay, cool. Okay, well, make yourself at home then, guys. Cool, we'll just get back to bed."
That's so funny.
Imagine the shock of coming downstairs and none of them being people that you know.
Oh my god, that's just reminded me. When I rented, you know, the place that I rented before uni, and I had that little room with like random people, and my god, I had a shared bathroom, so we'd all crack on in my room, like as many of us we could pile into that one room. But I lived with a load of very normal people, and the bathroom was upstairs, so all of our friends would like go up to the bathroom and bump into my normal neighbours on the landing.
Oh god,
and just like talk shit with them and just completely just freak them out, basically be completely like cross-eyed. And anyway, the room behind me, a new girl moved in, and I went to the kitchen one day and her door was open, and I was like, hello. Anyway, her door was open. There was a load of baggies on the side, and the back door was open. And I was like, oh my god, we've been broken in, and there's a load of crackheads that have been here. Fuck, like, I need to let someone know. I didn't have her number because she was new.
Oh my god.
So I contacted the landlord, because it was like foil everywhere and like weird. It was like weird. I was like, fuck, they've broken in. I was like, wow, that's the room next to me. And I called my landlady, and she was like trying to deal with it. And then my landlady messaged me being like, yeah, no, it was the girl that lives there. She just had a few friends over. So I'd like full on, like, just basically put her in it. Basically, yeah.
After everyone that you brought back as well. Fucking hell.
That's what I'm saying. I felt so bad. Like, obviously we hadn't had foil, and like it hadn't got all like weird and cracky, but like, yeah, I'd like proper. But it literally looked, because she hadn't locked the back door, nothing. Yeah, that big sliding doors, it was all open anyway. I was like, oh shit, I feel really bad. Like, hotted her up big time.
Do you know what I always think's mad when, like, it's really nice being the host, right? Mm-hmm. But the mess, when you got to tidy up the mess, the next day, oh my god, it is hell. Those full cans of beer, because people are optimistic and think they can drink and they can't. Have gone warm and got fag butts in, cleaning that up, and all the mess of the sesh. The afters turns, that's the way to describe it, the afters turns into the sesh. and all this shit that's left behind. And like, I remember once, like, under our sofa was just so much crap, like bottles and stuff and everything. Like, every time I looked under there, I'd come out with something else. Like, another baggie of this, or somebody's keys, or it was like fishing, or a full bottle of vodka. Here we go. Anyone want this? Oh, it's a diamond necklace.
Diamond necklace.
Here we go. Like, literally, because we'd had like a 3-day sesh, and then like the stuff that I got like pushed underneath that sofa was outrageous.
I remember I constantly was looking for my e-cigarette when I was vaping back then. Like, the little skinny little thing would be like lost in the sofa. So every 3 minutes I'd be like, guys, you need to get up off the sofa. Like, we'd have to lift up the sofa. It'd always be in some nook and cranny.
Yeah.
That was me and Susie. We were always looking for our vapes.
Yeah. Or somebody's keys.
Oh, God, yeah. Someone's trying to find their keys because, funnily enough, someone's used their keys and now they need their keys.
Yeah, we need their keys to do the shop run, and we now can't find the keys. Or the other thing is, do you know what used to drive me mad? So every time everyone used to come back to our house, and they'd be like, have you got a pair of socks? Have you got a charger? Have you got a jumper I can borrow?
Yeah.
Have you got a carrier bag? Like, it just, you'd, as soon as you walked through the door, you suddenly had to provide for the masses, and people would never give the chargers back. The chargers always got nicked. But it was always like, oh, got a pair of socks. You've got this. You've got, yeah, because you wanted to get cotched. You want to get cotchy. But at the same time, it's like, fucking hell.
Cotchy, I don't think that's...
Cotchy doesn't
That's
work.
not a thing. Cotchy. No one ever said that. Get your cotch on.
Get your cotch on. I want to get my cotch on. I don't remember anybody saying get your cotch on. Get your cotch on. Get your cotch on. Get your cotch on. Quiet. But that was the thing about the afters. To be honest, I really do miss having a sesh, and I do miss the afters, and I do miss that like mad time when we would just all be mates together hanging out and getting fucked, basically. I miss that quite a lot. But that's why I talk to you as my raving therapist.
Oh, I love that.
So going back to the rave the other night then, did you just say goodbye and leave?
Yeah, I gave my hugs and my kisses, and everyone was begging me to stay,
Were they? I bet they were.
They were saying, oh, the party's not going to be the same without you. And, like, they were just like, oh, God, like, you leave. Like, the party's basically over anyway. Like, we may as well all just go home.
Are you joking?
Absolutely.
Oh, right, okay.
That didn't happen at all. Of course I'm joking.
That's exactly what I'd be saying to you if I was with you. I'd literally be saying exactly word for word those things to try and get you to stay.
Oh, mate. You too.
But interestingly, I read a fact this week that people who don't say goodbye at parties save themselves 2 days per year. What do you think of that? I think it's fucking rude not to say goodbye, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, I don't agree with ducking out at all without saying anything.
Although, thinking about it, actually, if you don't say goodbye, you don't get talked in to coming back to the afters. So, therefore, I can see how it can save you 2 days. In fact, in our lives, it can probably save you about 2 months because you don't get carried away at the afters. So, actually, there's probably something in that. The average person probably doesn't do the sesh like we did. So, so it might be 2 hours a year. But with our lives, if you said no to us, you probably saved yourself a good few weeks.
Months, yeah.
Few months, maybe.
Yeah, because we used to XL it, so just like times the fact by 10 for our group. So, yeah. I can see that. I mean, for me, yeah, like, I think, well, you don't want people to be worried about you, and also, like, it's etiquette, and I really want an opportunity to be able to convince you to stay out.
Yeah, well, I don't need to be convinced. I'll be out. Nothing stops me. You lot have to convince me to go home.
Why are you speaking like you still party and still after? Like, can we just be real? Like, are you talking about you as if you're like, are you channeling you 10 years ago, or are you talking about you right now?
No, I'm talking about me now. If I went out, you could definitely convince me into coming back with you. I just don't go out for that reason.
Ah. Right, okay.
Yeah, I still have it in me. It doesn't ever go. The wanting to party, the wanting to carry on. I just don't go out because if I did, that's why.
I gotcha. I getcha.
So I will tell you one of the worst after party situations that I've ever experienced, and I've experienced quite a lot of bad ones, to be honest. Not bad so much, but like things that are like shocking. And one of them was we went to a party years ago, and it was a pub sort of vibe, but it like turned into a club sort of vibe or a rave. Anyway, upstairs, there were basically afterwards we knew the people putting on the party, and they're like, come upstairs, and there was like rooms upstairs, and we were all forced to go into this like one little room, and it didn't have music, and we were all crammed in there, but we were like so desperate to carry on that we all sort of crammed in this room. And I remember the boys really trying to rig up some sort of music with like loads of different broken like sound systems and loads of broken like different speakers and stuff. Like they were literally like manically trying to get the music to start. Anyway,
because that's the lifeline of the after party, right? Like you need the music, mate, otherwise like there is no
totally. So then, anyway, I went for a wander, and this like place was like falling apart. It was quite like derelict, and I thought I found a tin of silly spray. So I ran back into the room where everyone was packed in with sardines, and I sprayed it all over everyone. And it wasn't silly spray. It was really super sticky adhesive glue.
Oh my God.
And it like glued people's eyelids shut, and it ruined people's hair, and it ruined everyone's clothes. And one of the boys grabbed it off me and sprayed me back with it, and it was literally all over my face and everything. I couldn't get it off. Anyway, our mate lived on a boat, so we went from there to his boat, and we all swam in the Thames. Tell you about that another time. It wasn't a great experience. And all the glue that was on my face turned black, and in my hair was like really black. So I had all this markings all over my face. Also, there was a horrible girl there. We didn't really know her, but she was horrible. She was a bully. She stuck a beer can to my face.
Sorry. But did it stick?
Yeah. She was terrorising me. No, because I was really covered in glue. And yeah, it was horrendous, and no one would talk to me because they were so pissed off because I'd ruined all their nice new clobber, and it was really bad. And I had to go home to my parents. I was like 19 and be like, Mum, Dad, I need to help. I can't get this glue off my face, and I've got work. I can't get it out of my hair, and I had to cut my hair, and then I had to like literally wait days for the glue to come off my face, and all my clothes were ruined and everything. It was really, 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 really bad.
Wow, was there a trick to get it off, or did you just need to like keep scrubbing it?
My mum tried everything, nail varnish remover. She had this really like amazing like glue, like broke down glue that did a bit, but overall like it was fucked. I was fucked.
Oh my
and
God!
I had to like apologise to everyone.
You know what? This reminds me of when I was young and what I did to my sister. Have I told you about that? Oh no, tell me. So we were young, obviously, but I was always dragging her into something, and I convinced her that nail polish was eyeshadow, and so I started to paint her eyelid with green nail varnish, thinking that it would be really cool. I didn't have eyeshadow. Obviously, I'd seen somewhere from a magazine or something about eyeshadow, and I started to paint it, and as soon as I put the first brush onto her eyelid, a dollop of nail varnish goes straight into her eye, and she was screaming.
Really blind.
Yeah, it was all stuck together and shit. She was in so much pain.
That's horrendous.
My parents had to take her to hospital. I thought she was going to go blind. They had to like hold her eye open with a fucking thing and like salt flush her eye out. Yeah, I actually met someone the other day in the pub in London who had done exactly the same thing to their neighbour. I was like, no way, we're meant to be soulmates. Like, there's no way that you've also done that, but I guess it's not that crazy. But yeah, I felt so bad. Bad. Very similar.
Last thing to talk about, I just wanted to say, were you there when we had the lock-in at Fabric?
I've been in.
Were you there that day?
I've been at a few lock-ins at Fabric. What one?
Where everybody was there. It was like Christmas time. And
we were up on the top deck, like the top balcony bit. Yeah.
And they pulled out all the contraband stuff and said, help yourselves. Do you remember that?
No.
And I was like, oh, don't mind if I do. And then I threw up because I had too much.
Oops.
You don't remember that? I do.
Oh, wow. I think we're probably exposing someone here. Maybe that's not good.
Yeah. Well, what, there was drugs at Fabric? No way.
No, I don't believe it.
No way. We wouldn't know about that, would we?
No idea.
Anyway, listen, Laura, I think we better round up. There's going to be quite a short one this week, I think. We've got such big technical issues. I don't know if this is even recording, so fingers crossed this goes out.
I hope so. Yeah. So great chatting with you.
It's always nice chatting about the old days.
Yeah. Do you have a wisdom tip for our listeners?
Right, let me think of one. This week's wisdom tip is never fucking buy a laptop from Curry's for £250. Spend a bit of money, get one 500 plus, I'd say, and really look into it, or ask someone that knows about laptops if it's a good one, because I didn't and I got stung. So yeah.
What about for ravers?
Don't buy twice, buy cheap. What's the thing? Don't buy cheap, but die twice. I don't know, Lara. I haven't been raving in a fucking long time, have I? But have I been buying laptops? Yeah, so don't buy twice, buy cheap, whatever the saying is.
No, not buy cheap. If you buy cheap, you buy twice
Don't buy twice.
I don't know.
If you buy cheap... Yeah, that one.
All right, whatever it is, you get the message. There's the wisdom drop for today.
I haven't got any more. If I went raving, I might be able to pick one out, but I don't go raving anymore.
I know. It should probably fall on me, really, seeing as I'm the more active one.
Yeah, go on then. Have you got a wisdom tip?
No. Let me think. Yeah, I've got one. Okay, I've got one. Take a set of cotch with you out to the rave. Make sure you got a pair of small roll-up leggings or something that's easy to carry in your bag, and a baggy t-shirt, so that when you get back to the afters, you can pop it on and be free.
Yes. Good one, Lara. Yeah. That is for the experienced ravers, I'd say.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was always me with my backpack for the weekend. I'd have, like, my change of clothes, and I'd probably have 3 or 4 backup outfits for you lot as well, who always came out with, like, a bum bag and nothing else.
Yeah, and some people would even go as far as bringing a toothbrush out with them, which I always thought
was
cool. Yeah.
I never leave the house, even now, without a toothbrush. I always have it in my bag. But I dance, and I don't want to gas someone with my breath. My breath is very lovely and clean, but you just, when you're an inch from people's faces generally doing partner dance, you don't want to take no risks,
So there we go. So bring some comfy clothes and a toothbrush for the smash cotch.
You just never know where you're going to end up.
Yeah. On that note, Lara, I've got to go. I've got to shoot again. So I love you, and I'll catch you later. Bye.
Love you. Bye.